Hey guys, how are you doing? So, this is going to be kind of a different video for me. Really all that I'm going to be doing in the course of this video is taking this pimped Super 8 apart that you've probably seen in another video I've done, and just changing out the pivot screw for one of these Nathawatt pivot screws that I had bead blasted, and yeah, that's about it. I'm not really going to be talking about anything specific, just sort of anything that comes to mind. So, if you get bored really easily, this may not be a good video. Normally I try to keep my videos really short. Actually, thinking about this, my camera only does 10 minutes, so you may have noticed many of my videos are exactly 10 minutes. It's because I don't feel like doing any sort of editing. I may or may not have mentioned this, but I actually can't stand to listen to myself talk, so I don't review or edit my videos at all. Once they're recorded, that's what you get. Yeah, like I said, not really going for a point here. I guess it could be kind of a cool video if you've never seen an Emerson taken apart. Many people may not realize that it's actually pretty easy. Of course, this one will be slightly different, more akin to taking apart a custom Emerson, but it's really not a huge difference between a custom and a production Emerson, other than price. So yeah, I'm just doing this to change out the pivot. See the backspacer there. Just a little bit of, dust from being in my pocket. I might have mentioned this in another video, but the Super 8 sees more pocket time than any other knife that I have. I know something about it just feels perfect. The size and the shape. So this is one of the Nathawatt pivots. I had the outside bead blasted by Ferric. Just haven't gotten around to putting it in, I guess just because the knife's usually in my pocket. You can see what I was talking about here. This is something Ferric does. He puts two little divots here just to sort of indicate where the flat part is, or where the flat part of the pivot goes. So you can see, because this part here is flat, it's only going to go in one place, right there, and it's not going to move here. So just put that in there and try to move it. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. So that's why, unlike with a strider, you don't need a special tool to hold this side down while you tighten this side, because this isn't going to go anywhere. So when I wash my knives, I just wash them with dish soap in the sink, just like a kitchen knife. And when I oil them, I use all natural wood and bamboo oil. Penetrates, conditions, and seals all unfinished kitchen surfaces. Basically, it's just an all natural thing. It's a lemon oil and vitamin E formula. Never turn rancid. It's mentioned somewhere in here. It even protects cutlery from corrosion. So really, it's for oiling like wooden cutting boards or any unfinished kitchen surface, it says. The reason I use it on my knives is because I oftentimes got food with my knives. If I have an orange or an apple, I don't want to be like, oh, I can't use that because it's covered in Militech 1, which is a fine oil, or Benchmade Blue Lube, or whatever you might have. sort of cleaning the blade up a little bit. It actually does help to wipe away any rust that might be forming. The 154 CM that Emerson uses, I don't really have any problems with it rusting, even though I work in a marine environment, and I'm not normally like dipping my knives into the ocean, but I work around the ocean. I've never had any rusting issues, but if I do see a few specks, I can wipe it away with this pretty easily. Sort of lube up the area where the pivot is. Wipe some of the excess off of the blade here. Good to keep everything moving smoothly. So some of you may know I live in Hawaii. I'm actually getting ready to move from Hawaii to Connecticut in the next few months, and to help cover some of the cost, I've thought about selling a few knives. Been thinking about trying to sell them on YouTube. Never done that before, and honestly I don't know how well it would work, just because I don't have a lot of subscribers. You guys that I do have that are subscribed to me are very great. I really enjoy interacting with you. I'm sorry, I'm usually kind of delayed though. I don't really log in all that often. I use the YouTube app almost daily, but if I try to respond to somebody on the YouTube app, they don't get a notice. Like, it doesn't alert them at all. So I have to actually like log into the website on an actual computer and respond. And that's something I almost never get around to doing. But yeah, you guys are great. I enjoy interacting with you. But that being said, I don't have a lot of YouTube subscribers, so if I were to try to do like a for sale video, I don't know how much interest I would actually garner. But if you think it's worth it for me to try listing a couple of my knives on YouTube, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely look into doing that. For these pivots being titanium, it's actually good if you can use kind of the widest flathead that you have, the biggest, widest one that that's not bigger than the size of the pivot, of course. Just because the titanium's kind of soft, so you can actually put kind of dings in it if you use too small of a flathead and you're really like torquing on it. So that's probably too tight. I like to get it too tight and then sort of back it off a little bit. And by too tight, I just mean tight enough where it won't wave nicely from my pocket. That's could stand to be a little bit tighter. So I like for the blade to feel pretty secure. Yeah, it's got enough resistance.